You know, in an age of constant notifications, endless scrolling, and a million things fighting for our attention, where does an ancient book like the Bible even fit in? Is it just a historical relic, something to put on a shelf? Or, as one source argues, is it something alive, a text that claims to have real power in our lives right now? Today, we're going to dive deep into that claim. So, the source we're looking at today pretty much just tosses out the whole idea of the Bible as some dusty artifact. Its central argument is way bolder. It says that this book is a living, dynamic force, something that's meant to be active and powerful in our lives today. So, here's our game plan for breaking this down. First, we're going to unpack that core idea of a living book. Then, we'll get into the modern battle for our attention that, let's be honest, gets in the way. From there, we'll see what the Bible actually claims about itself, what kind of mindset you need to really engage with it, and finally, the incredible transformation it's said to offer. All right, let's get right into that central claim. The source makes it really clear. If you approach the Bible like it's just another textbook, you are missing the entire point. It's positioned as something not just to be studied, but to be experienced. The source calls the Bible a beautiful, profound account of God's effort to connect with humanity. But here's the real kicker. It's not meant to be a static book sitting on a shelf. It's presented as an active tool, a way to hear God, to be encouraged, to be challenged, and yeah, ultimately, to be changed. Okay, so if the Bible is supposed to be this powerful, life-changing book, why isn't everyone reading it all the time? Well, the source points to a conflict I think we can all relate to: the modern battle for our attention. And this is where the source offers a pretty surprising perspective. It totally acknowledges the common obstacles. We're all too busy, too tired. Sometimes we just don't care, or we feel doubtful. But it doesn't just stop there. It reframes these everyday feelings as something much, much bigger. What it literally calls Satan's #1 strategy to keep people from connecting with this text. So, how are we supposed to win this battle for attention? Well, the source tells us to turn to the Bible itself, arguing that the book makes 3 really powerful claims about its own nature. It presents itself through 3 very distinct metaphors. First up, it's described as a weapon. Drawing from passages like Ephesians, the source portrays the Bible not as some passive book of stories, but as an active, powerful tool for navigating the spiritual challenges we all face. The second metaphor, food. And the idea is really simple. Just like our bodies need physical food to survive, our inner lives, our souls, need spiritual food to thrive. The source points to verses like Matthew 4:4 to argue that these words are literally meant to fill a deep spiritual hunger. And the third one is a big one, especially today: unchanging truth. The source contrasts this with our modern culture, where the very idea of absolute truth can seem, well, a little outdated. In a world of shifting values, the argument is that the Bible offers a solid, reliable foundation, pointing to Jesus' own claim to be the truth. And this central quote, a passage from Hebrews that the source highlights, it just perfectly wraps it all up. It brings all these ideas together: the Bible as living, active, and so powerful that it can reach the deepest parts of who we are. But here's the catch. According to the source, this power isn't automatic. You don't just crack open the book and voila! It claims that everything, and I mean everything, depends on the mindset, the state of your heart that you bring to it. So the approach laid out here is super specific. It says you need humility, an open mind, and a genuine willingness to be changed, not just to find verses that back up what you already think. It also points to the need for faith, even if it's just a tiny little bit, and this really radical expectation that God will actually speak to you through the text. And it all boils down to this one really challenging question the source wants the reader to consider. It's a total motive check. Am I coming to this book to find justification for what I already believe, or am I truly coming to be changed by it? The source argues that how you answer that question makes all the difference in the world. And that leads us to the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle: the outcome. If someone really engages with the Bible, with this open heart and mind, what happens? What is this promised transformation? The source points to a passage in 2 Timothy to lay out this clear 4-step process. First, Scripture gives you doctrine. It helps you find what's true. Second, it offers reproof, which is a way of making you aware of where you've gone wrong. Third, it gives correction, showing you how to get back on the right path. And finally, it trains you in righteousness, leading to a whole new way of living. So the crucial takeaway here is that this whole process isn't just about personal enlightenment or feeling good. The ultimate goal described in the source is practical and it's outward focused. It's to equip you for every good work. The transformation is designed to lead to real-world action. And this is where the source leaves us. It makes this final, really profound claim, taking the Bible from being just a guide or a tool to being the word that is our life. I mean, that suggests a complete fusion, where the text and your very identity become one. And it leaves us with a pretty big question to ponder. What would it truly look like for a collection of ancient words to become the very essence of a modern life?